once upon a puppet. Once upon a puppet. That's a weird way to say it. But once upon a puppet, I've been playing this lovely game. And essentially, you are a puppet, or kind of. You're actually a half puppet, half hand marionette, like puppet master that controls it. The um, concept being that, like, you control both of these and you're moving around a sort of a 2D diorama style stage play. They've both been thrown. The king has kind of thrown his toys down when he's done with them and not interested in them. And you have to you make your way back up. Look, even in the trailer here, the king is throwing crap down on top of people. But so
It looks like
charm.
Little Nightmares.
Yeah, it kind of does. So okay, so there's charm in that idea. Like you're playing this puppet and you're playing the puppet master. And there's charm in the characters because you do come across a lot of interesting characters, a lot of cool design, and then those together. The idea is great because there's actually a charming kind of story involved as well too. Because like you're meeting this other puppet and you're trying to make your way back up to the king. But there's no charm in the gameplay, and that's where things are like, yeah. So you can kind of see it's a 3D action platformer. It's mostly kind of side scrolling, and it's slow moving side scrolling. They do tell you like straight up, like hold the X button and you'll run. You don't really run; you just kind of slightly move a little faster.
Light jog.
Yeah, it's not even a light jog. It's like speed walking at best. But it relies. So there's interesting animation. And the video you're seeing here, they've cut things out because there is a lot that happens. This is supposed to be a gameplay video. It's way more. It's like an edited gameplay video. Just to get to this point is like 12 to 13 minutes, not the 20 seconds you see there. It is. So it's slow moving. It really relies on the animation. So when you're moving, you can kind of see it in the videos here. When you're moving, you're really relying on the animation to sort of play out, to land on a platform, to make your way across, narrow areas, to avoid enemies, to jump around, to unlock things. And that's kind of a big part of the locomotion because they do want to keep that idea of a puppet master moving the puppet. But that also means it's not focused on the actual action. It's more of like reaction, like the visual of the reaction. And it really feels like because you're this duo, it feels like you're more kind of guiding them forward rather than actually being a puppet master. So yeah, they get stuck together. They need to navigate their way back, find out how to get back up and make the king happy. It's got that cool plot. And it's got some cool kind of gameplay quirks in that you're controlling both the characters at the same time, even though they kind of function as almost like a 1.5. Like hold the L trigger. I've been playing it on Steam Deck. Hold the L trigger, and Drev, who's the puppet, will grab something. Hold the R trigger or the right side, and Neve, I think it's how you pronounce it, Neve, is the one that will grab something. It's really kind of it. There's not a whole ton of difference between the two from a control standpoint. You're again controlling both. Beyond that, it still functions like a typical platformer. It doesn't, and I think that's where the issue is. It doesn't go too far into the actual puppet aspect. It just kind of feels like you're controlling 1.5 characters as opposed to like two full, completely different beings and a different marionette experience. And that kind of affects, again, I mentioned it affects that locomotion because we're just kind of leading them around rather than not actually controlling them. So, then it's again nice story, nice visuals, but these don't get elevated by the gameplay like at all, and that's sort of a bummer, right? So, the end product, it kind of works as like more of a presentation rather than like an actual enthralling experience. It also has some performance issues. I think that has a big part of the problem. I was playing on the Steam Deck. I did switch over to the PC laptop a little bit, but frame rate issues, some slowdown, some control issues here and there too that weren't that weren't perfect. But I think there's some bugs that kind of hold it back. It definitely feels like a passion project for someone. Like someone really wanted to make a puppet game, puppet control game, and we haven't had one in a long time. At least nothing that kind of comes to mind since like the PS3 days.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not interesting enough to be like the puppet game that they were probably thinking it was going to be. It still feels like a platformer that's sort of kind of missing that special magic. The visuals are there. You can see it in this video. It looks really nice. Wood looks like wood. The lighting, the shadows, everything actually looks really good, like the whole 2D diorama thing. But you can't survive on just visuals alone. And in a story, you need actual gameplay that's compelling, and it's not here. It's missing, like I said, missing that sort of special magic. It's on the shorter side. It's only like 4 to 6 hours, so you can knock it out in an afternoon. But that might be the right length of time for this game because it doesn't really hold my attention. Doesn't do anything all that special to keep me coming back. So, yeah. Once Upon a Puppet.